fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, WIP, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you're working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I am going to be working on my little baker still. I have been busily working away on some other kits, which I'll get into, but I'm going to work on this one. So let me zoom into where I'm going to be working and I will be right back. Okay, let's see how long it takes me to get tired of all of this white ABs for the window. We'll see. So as I dive into all these ABs, let me dive into my life update. What's been going on in my regular life? Well, Canadian Thanksgiving is coming up, so we're going to be going to my mother-in-law's for Canadian Thanksgiving. And then I think we have decided that we're going to invite people to our house for American Thanksgiving in November. There are several people in his family that haven't made it to our new house yet to see where we're living, so I think we're going to do that. So we've been trying to pick up all this stuff for Thanksgiving. I picked up some stuff while we were in the States that I wasn't sure I'd be able to find here, but it's always weird stuff that gets me. Like, I can't find Keebler graham cracker crust here, so I bought a couple of those in the States because I always make a chocolate pie for my son. They only carry one brand of frozen pie crust here, so we'll see how that works out with my pumpkin pie. But I'm debating, hubby saw a recipe for a pumpkin pie trifle, which basically is, well, the lady that he saw bought a pre-made pumpkin pie, and then she just kind of chunked it all up into pieces and just made layers with it and whipped cream in a trifle bowl, which sounds really good. I love pumpkin pie. My husband always says I like a little pie with my whipped cream, so I may try something like that to take to the mother-in-law's and see if anybody else likes it. But we've been buying turkey. We usually just buy a turkey breast for ourselves when we're not cooking for the whole family. So hubby and I picked up one of those for us, but now we're wondering if we should pick up a second one so that we have enough if we invite people over. The other thing I can't find, weirdly enough, is yams. I wasn't going to make any sweet potatoes because it's usually my daughter and my sister who eat it. I don't particularly like them. Hubby can't have them. And I didn't think my youngest liked them. But then he asked me if I was going to make any. And I said, well, I hadn't planned on it. And he's like, well, I like them. Okay. But nobody around my local grocery stores, none of the ones that I have checked, even Walmart, sell canned yams. So I guess I'm going to have to make them from scratch because I can't find anybody that sells the canned ones, which seems really weird. Do Canadians not eat canned yams? Is that an American thing? I mean, not everybody eats them canned. I know lots of people make them from scratch. We just always took the easy way out because sweet potatoes take forever to cook. So we've always just gotten the canned ones and done it that way, but I can't find them anywhere. Which if he's the only one eating them, I guess it doesn't matter. I can just buy a couple of them and cook them and then he can have them. Strangely enough, I like sweet potato fries, but I don't like just eating sweet potatoes with marshmallows on them. Even me with my sweet tooth. What else has been going on? We got offered a puppy. I can't remember if I told you guys this or not. One of my stepson's friends offered us a puppy, but hubby and I were talking about it, and it's like, do we really want a puppy? That's a lot of training and chewing, and yes, the puppy would be free, but then we'd have to take it in and get it spayed or neutered and pay for all the shots and all that kind of stuff. And by the time all that's done, we would end up paying just as much as, if or not more, than we would pay for just getting a rescue puppy or a rescue dog. They're not all puppies. So we decided against it. They were very, very cute, but I'm not up for cleaning up a bunch of doggy messes again and having them chew on everything while their teeth come in. So I think what we're doing with the rescue will be better. Plus, we're rescuing dogs, which feels better. We did finally get a date. The bus with Oscar is going to be arriving on November 7th. I'm not quite sure. They make 3 different stops. I'm not quite sure where we have to go to pick him up, but He'll be up here on the 7th, so I'm excited to get my new little furry friend. I told my husband I'll be so excited, then he'll get here and he'll become either my son's dog or my husband's dog, I'm sure. But at least we have a date, and I'm hoping that we won't have too much snow because it's at least a 2.5 hour drive if we can pick him up at the closest spot. If we have to drive any further than that. So I'm hoping the weather won't be too bad. And then trying to get them acclimated and settled in and everything in the snow. Hopefully it won't be so cold that we won't still be going for walks so we can take the dog with us. But also, hubby finally decided on a dog. He'd been going back and forth on 2 or 3 of them, and we had asked them to try Oscar out with a couple of them just to see if they got along, because we didn't want to get Oscar and then get a second dog that couldn't get along with him. They had suggested several dogs to us, but I was like, well, I really want to know if this one gets along with Oscar before we get one. So they tried them out and sent a couple of videos back to hubby and some pictures, and he has decided to get Sable, who is some kind of lab mix, and she's a little bit older, but she and Oscar are buddies, and they sent us some videos of them playing together and hanging out together, and they get along fine. I think it's going to be one of those things where she's good with Oscar for a little bit, and then she's tired, go away, because he's still kind of a puppy. He's only 8 months old, but she's super cute and seems like a pretty chill dog, so hopefully everything will go well. So we're going to get 2 of them at the same time, which seems a little crazy, but also I think will be good for us. Hubby and I have both missed having a dog. I know my son has missed having a dog, so hopefully everything will go well and they'll be good additions to the household. Hubby and I were just talking the other day, laying in bed, talking about, oh, soon we'll have probably some dogs in the bed with us. We'll see. I'm betting one will sleep with us. I'm betting Oscar will sleep with us, but I'm going to bet Sable ends up sleeping with my son. We'll see what happens. Maybe. Maybe we'll have the 2 of them up there. The older dog is crate trained. Oscar is not. So maybe we'll have Oscar with us and she'll sleep in the crate for a little while until she gets used to things. I don't know. I think I told you guys before, I've never been big on crates. We've always just, the dogs have slept wherever they wanted to, whether that was in their dog bed or if they wanted to sleep with somebody. Even my parents, when I was a kid, our dogs slept with them. But it's been so long since we had a dog. It's been a couple of years at least. I think this is the longest I've ever gone without having a dog. We had dogs growing up all the time. All the time I was married, we've had dogs until these last little dachshunds, and then we knew we were going to be moving, and this way we don't have the hassle of trying to get them across the border and doing all the paperwork and all that stuff. The rescue takes care of all of that. And it's a cool rescue. They have a lifetime guarantee, so if something happens, they'll take the dog back rather than, they don't want you to surrender them to a pound or anything and try to find you one that fits better if one doesn't work, but I think we'll be fine. We spent a good amount of time looking and deciding, so my mother-in-law was concerned, well, you're just getting these dogs out of nowhere. Yeah, we are, but they seem like happy, well-adjusted dogs from the videos that we've seen. And I know it'll take them time to decompress, but it's cool. Now hubby and I get to go shopping for dog stuff because we were discussing, do we want to get a crate? Do we want to get a couple of dog beds? We've got to get dog bowls, dog food, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure we'll get a couple of dog toys, harnesses, collars, leashes. It'll be fun. And then we'll get to take him to visit up at the mother-in-law's house with the big St. Bernard and see how they all get along. The St. Bernard's pretty easygoing. I think he'll be fine. But it might be fun to see how Oscar and Sable react to a very large dog. Okay, what else? Oh, mother-in-law got her wood stove installed, so she's been very happy. There was one really cold day that she was wishing they could start a fire before they got the new one installed. And then after they got the new one installed, she had intended to start a fire the next day, but then it was too hot. Which I thought it was finally cooling down here. Yesterday, it was nice and cool. I kept hoping it would rain. We had rain, really big rain clouds all day, but it never did rain, and we could use it. The colors, all the leaves are changing color and it's so pretty, but everything is just so dry. Everything needs a drink. They did start one in the new stove a couple of days later, so she's had a fire in the new stove at least. There were a couple of days already that hubby has tried to talk me into having one, and I'm like, it's not cold enough yet. But we're in that weird space where it's not cold enough while we sleep, so we turn on the air conditioning, but then when you get up in the morning, it's too cold, so you gotta turn on the heater. It's like, just get cold. Get cold. I'm ready for fall weather. I'm ready to start dragging out all my sweaters and my sweatshirts. We did also spend some time this week setting up like a little hangout area for my son in the basement. We got a second TV and we bought a TV stand and a couch and a rug and made like a little hangout space for him down there so he has some place to watch TV other than just his little computer monitor. Hubby's using it too. He's using it right now as I'm filming, so it's quieter up here while I'm filming. Since we moved my filming area downstairs, which it's nicer for the lighting and stuff, not so much nicer for all the road noise that we get, but I'm hoping once it snows that will lessen because all the noise, all the snow will insulate things a bit, but you never know. So he's got a little spot, a little hidey hole when I want to film, and the youngest has some place to go when we're watching something he doesn't want to watch. I think the only thing we have left to put up down there is somebody's giving us a little mini fridge so we can put drinks down there, and then it will be a true hangout space. Hubby's calling it his little man cave. Like, you can call it whatever you want. It's like a little hangout space. So it's been good. Did all of that. We'll be busy this next couple of weeks with stuff for the dogs. I just had a meeting yesterday with the literacy group that I'm volunteering for. I've got one more meeting to do to get my official training finished, and then I can officially be an official volunteer, I guess. We did all of the organizing for their books and stuff that they wanted done, and they were very appreciative of that. It only took a couple of hours. We still need to count things to finish the inventory, but everything is organized and neatly in the cabinets. And there's even room for more stuff, which they were excited about. So that was good. So it gives me a reason to get out of the house and go do some things, which is nice. Now I just need to find some sort of a group for myself that does what I'm going to be doing for people who need to speak English, for me who needs to learn to speak French. Because I've been looking around and I guess they used to have a program at the local community college, but I guess there wasn't enough demand for the French, which seems weird. But I guess they only do it if they have enough people, and lately they haven't had enough people, so I don't know if I'm going to need to end up enrolling in an actual course or what we need to figure out. We'll see. Something. Got my letter for jury duty turned back in, so I don't have to serve as a juror. Hubby and I were laughing about that. He's like, tell them you'll do it if they'll pay for your plane tickets. And I was like, yeah, pretty sure the county is not going to pay to fly me in from Canada just for jury duty. I was talking to my oldest because I thought she had to call in every week, but I guess she got the same letter I did. She's in a pool for like 6 months. But then she got a second letter that she had to call in that week, but she didn't get called in to serve, so she's on call in the pool until I think the end of this month, and then she's done. So I think it'd be kind of interesting to serve on a jury sometime, but won't be happening for me now. At least I don't think it will. I wonder if I could get called here. Hope not. I don't know how any of that works here, so that'd be interesting, I guess. I keep thinking I need to read up on some of that stuff, but Parliament is more confusing to me than the way things run in the States, but I guess it's just what you grow up with, what you get used to, right? I'm also still waiting to see if any tolls show up from our trip back to the States. I actually called the New York authority and he didn't have anything in his system, but he said he thought it would be around $30, but he had no idea how long it would take for it to actually get billed out to us. They said it said 4 to 8, between 4 to 8 weeks, and it's been 8 now, so maybe something will show up. I don't know. I keep reading conflicting things. Some people on the internet say because we're in Canada, they don't know where to bill it, and then other people say no, they have an agreement with Canada. So I don't know. I guess if it doesn't come in a couple more weeks, I'll just call and find out. Because I think we also have some in Massachusetts. I think we paid everything in New Hampshire, but I wouldn't swear to that either. So I guess we'll find out. Okay, I think that's everything I had to tell you guys about my regular life. I'm excited to get the dogs. So that will probably take up a good chunk of our time as we get them settled in and we get used to having dogs again. I need to find out what vet my brother-in-law uses so we can make sure we can get in there. I'm assuming we don't need to find out if they're taking new patients and all that stuff like we do for our own doctors. But I have no idea how it works, so we'll see. Anyway, on to my diamond painting life. So what's been going on in my diamond painting life? Just same old, plugging away. I've been working on this one here and there. I was kind of keeping this one as I'm just going to work on it as I have time, but I don't know why I keep telling myself I can do that because that's never how it works out. I just end up ignoring it until it's time to film or something like this, and then I'll come in and work on it, but just a little bit. I think the last 3 or 4 whip chats have been this same section, which I'm almost done with, so maybe I'll get to move sections this time, but I have been busily working away on Treasure Quest because I wanted to get that one done before the end of October, and I am almost done with it. I have 3 sections left, and I have lots of football and other sports going on because the Blue Jays are in the playoffs. Hubby has been watching some of those games, so I will have time to diamond paint, I'm assuming, today and a couple of days during the week, and then that one should be finished. And then I think what I'm going to do, I was going to work on Naoko in between because she was round just to give myself a break. But I think what I'm going to do is just concentrate on trying to finish this one. This one is a really enjoyable experience because all of the drills fit together so nicely, but it's just so big. And it seemed like when I was working on it, I made really quick progress. So I'm thinking if I just work on it, plus it's so big that it's in the way. Every time I want to film something, I got to move it around. And it's so big, it's hard to find a place to put it where it's out of the way of everyone else. So I think I'm just going to concentrate on doing this one next and get it finished. And then I'll work on Naoko. And I have a stay or go kit that I want to work on. Okay, let me move over to this section and move you guys around and I'll be right back. So I finished, or I'm working on finishing Treasure Quest, like I said, and then I think I'm going to work on finishing this one. And then I will work on Naoko. And I have a stay or go kit, like I said, that I want to work on because Treasure Quest is a square. This one is a square. The big Christmas one that I want to do is a square. Although now I'm thinking because October is supposed to be our holiday diamond paint along, maybe there's a different one from my stay or go kits that I want to do that's holiday themed. I'll have to look. I know I have a couple of other kits that are holiday themed, but not ones that are from my Stay or Go series. So I really want to make that goal and finish 3 of those. But I don't know if any of them off the top of my head are holiday ones. I don't think they are, but we'll see how things go. So if you guys are working on your holiday kits, don't forget to post pictures of those in the Facebook group. Always love seeing all the pictures of the stuff that everybody is working on. We all have such a different taste, so seeing the photos that some, or the images that some people pick, the artwork that some people pick, that is not necessarily something I would do, but is still really cool. Always fun to see those. I did also finish updating the logbook for 2026. I had it finished and I was going to show it to you, but then there were some things that I wasn't happy with, so I went back and made some changes, and now I'm happy with how it turned out. So I need to print out a copy for me and get it set up as a book for next year, fill out my stash pages, all that kind of stuff like I normally do, and we'll see what you guys think of it. And once I do that, I will put the PDF of it out there for you guys to download again. And for those of you who are keeping one digitally, whether it's Gems Flow or the Dreamer Designs app or Diamond Art Club's website, whatever it is, however you want to do it, great. I just prefer my pen and paper. I keep a digital spreadsheet myself as well, which is probably overkill. I don't need to keep 2 of them, but I like being organized. So the logbooks for me are more for me to look back on and see, oh, this is what I did this year. Because even while you're in the middle of it, sometimes it's hard to remember, what kit did I do? Did I do this one this year, last year? They all kind of blend together for me after a while. Some of them I remember better than others. Sometimes you remember them because they were problem ones. Sometimes you remember them because they were your favorites. Hubby asked me that the other day. What was my favorite diamond painting? And I said, I can't pick one. I have lots of favorites. I don't know if I had to pick just one, if I could do that. Sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys have a favorite? I mean, I have lots of them I super enjoyed. I really liked my wolf shaman that I did. I enjoyed the Pinson that I did. The vibrant Italy one that I did of his. But I haven't ever bought another Pinson. I've liked all my Spangler ones. I'm really enjoying this one. I've enjoyed the Mookas that I've done. But I wouldn't say that I had a favorite. I mean, some of them are nostalgic, like I did my Marvin the Martian and Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and I did the Jetsons. I'm trying to think of all the ones that I've done. I don't know if I have a favorite. Like I said, I like them all for different reasons. I don't really have a unicorn kit that I'm still looking for out there either. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I mean, I'm looking for a couple of kits. If I ever find the Canadian bird one that I wanted, then I'll get that one. And if they ever do the fourth travel poster that's a winter scene, then I would get that one. But I'm not out actively like searching for those. Just if I happen to see them, then cool. Okay, what else did I do for diamond painting stuff? Oh, I did my stash video. You guys, I don't know what I did. I can't count. I'm just going to call it good because the number seems to be going down. I want to say I started with like 80 some when we moved to Canada, and I'm down in the 60s. So I'm going to call that a win. I don't know how my numbers have gotten messed up between my monthly goals count and my overall stash count. I don't know what I did, but it's going the right direction. So I'm just going to call that a win, like I said. And somebody commented that they thought it was really good that I was managing to resist buying stuff. I mean, like I said, I didn't set out to be on a no buy. I just haven't seen anything that I was like, yeah, that's worth spending some money on. And quite frankly, with the shipping situation right now, I'm kind of scared to buy anything from anybody because I know Dreamer Designs has a US warehouse, or Aloha now has a US warehouse, which I'm sure helps out people in the States. But since I'm now in Canada, I don't want to, like on Dreamer Designs, they have different, there's ready to ship from the USA versus a ships from overseas kind of thing, which I'm assuming means it's on the slow boat. Not that that matters. It's not like I have to have a diamond painting right away, but some of the stuff that I wanted from Dreamer Designs, because I was actually looking at theirs, I can't get on it's not available on their overseas. It's only available in the ships from the US category. So I don't want to get stuck with a big import bill. Plus, Dreamer Designs, I've had people tell me that their squares have gotten way better, but the round drills got worse. And their round drills were some of the best. So now I'm scared to order either one of them from them because, like, do they put the release dates on there so you know whether it's a new upgraded kit? I didn't realize the Diamond Art Club put the release dates on there until someone pointed that out to me, which is helpful because that way you know, like, if you get a restock or something, you could be getting an older kit, so it might be the gap year drills or whatever. Like with my Treasure Quest, it's an older one. Also, I went back and looked because somebody was telling me, I think it was Jess, was telling me they were working on all the kits they purchased in 2021, trying to get those finished. I thought I had all of my 2021 kits done, but I do not. So maybe that needs to be a goal for me next year. The problem is the ones of my 2021 that are left are all big kits. It's my two Heaven and Earth, so those are going to be square and big. And then I think the last one, well, I don't even know if it's the last one, but for sure the Dragon Attack one, that big one that I did a Stay or Go video on, that one I bought in 2021. And I think there might be one or two more. I'd have to go back and check my log, but yeah, I know last year I did my 5 oldest kits, and like right now Treasure Quest is my oldest kit, so I'm going to finish that one, but I really need to get those Heaven and Earths done. I finished one of my Heaven and Earths, the Pegasus and the Muses, but I haven't finished the other two. And I should, because I have all the drills kitted up for the mermaid. I don't have the drills kitted up for the other one, the lackadaisical, the flapper girl one, but I probably have enough spare drills that I could get it kitted up so I could work on that one. So we'll see. The Pegasus one was super gappy on me, so I'm not thrilled about doing that. But that one was also, I don't know whether it was the grid or the drills that made it gappy. So, and then as I was looking at Dreamer Designs, I was like, do I want to buy this right now or do I want to wait until Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Because we're so close to that. It's only a couple months away. I've already gone a couple months without buying anything. So if I went a couple more months, would it be the end of the world? Probably not. I did see that Orloa had some mini kits now. They had one that I was like, oh, that would be cute, just to see how theirs compare. I did several of the paint gems, and I like the paint gems. I like their selection. They have a lot of selection, but their drills are not the greatest. Also, for as much as I've been putting off some of these bigger ones, I am enjoying, it's hard to find the space like with this one, but I am enjoying working on them. And once I change my goal over to be square centimeters instead of just number of kits, it'll be even more enjoyable because it'll feel more like progress when I finish something. Because it'll be like, yeah, I finished this huge chunk of stuff, not just, oh, one more that took me 3 times as long as everything else. Also, I've got a hankering for some new pins or something. Pins I don't mind buying because it's not like they go bad or anything if I don't use them, but I do have a couple that I tend to just stick with. Same with trays. I have a ton of different trays, but I seem to go back to the same ones over and over, so. But I want some new pretty sparkly pens. Just got to figure out where I want to buy them from. I still can't get over how I'm loving all the pink in this kit, though. I have never been a pink girl. Was never one of my favorite colors or anything. I don't even think I own any pink clothing, but I am really enjoying the colors in this one. I think just because it does remind me of candy and everything. The pink curtains, all the pink pastries. Not sure I'm going to enjoy this giant AB window that's behind her, but if I break it down in sections, then it should be okay. I think there's enough other stuff going on that it will be fine. Just need to concentrate on her and get her done. But first I got to finish Treasure Quest. And then once I figure out that one, I do think I am going to go back. I was going to do a round stay or go kit, but I think I may go back and see if there's like another holiday one. I know I have some holiday kits, but they're all square and they're all bigger. So the question is, do I want to do that now, knowing that I'm going to be working on the toy shop one at some point too? I haven't kitted that one up yet though, so I need to do that this week as well. Maybe once I get that kitted up, we'll see if that'll be enough of a holiday one and whether or not I want to start working on it right away. Because like I said, my intention was to finish Treasure Quest, then finish this one, and then maybe finish Naoko before I started working on the other one. Pretty sure that's not all going to happen this month, but you never know. I think that's everything that I had to tell you guys. This is a shorter whip and chat, but a very rambly one, I think. I made notes, but I don't know how much I followed them, so again, apologies. Don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite kit was. I really got to think about that now. I may have to go back through all of my photos and see. I mean, maybe Diana, but again, she was my favorite just because it was my first J-Wall. She was really the first big double-sided adhesive kit that I did, although she didn't have as many issues as the other one. But there's so many of them, and I love them all for different reasons. But I'm curious to see what you guys say. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.